Good morning. We're live from our studio. We are really live in Maryland, and so here we go, folks. In the news, quick report: James Comey, big news. FBI director gets fired, quite unexpectedly by President Trump, ostensibly over his testimony that the FBI was forced to fix and correct, where he had previously told Congress that hundreds of thousands of emails could have possibly been sent from Clinton aide Huma Abedin, many were classified, to her estranged husband, Anthony Weiner. They now say that actually it was a very small number. Testimonies being corrected. The president, under advisement, decided to take action. That this was kind of the last straw with Comey, that the credibility of the FBI was at stake, and that this was inexcusable to make a mistake of that proportion. Comey was in Los Angeles yesterday doing some recruiting for the FBI. Didn't even know he had been fired. This happens from time to time. Saw it on television, thought he was being pranked, until he realized that, nope, it's actually happening. Anyway, so we have that. And there's a lot of flack coming out from both sides of the aisle. The Democrats are predictably disturbed. They think this is a cover-up by the Trump administration to halt any investigations into Russia interference, the Russian interference in the election, and that type of thing. And while Republicans are concerned about the timing of it as well, I don't think they're as concerned about who will replace Director Comey. But sometimes optics means everything, and in this case, probably not the best. But the president did what he felt he needed to do. There are plenty of conservatives, Republicans, and others that thought that Comey should have been fired long ago, based on his actions, his statements during the presidential campaign, and so anyway, he is gone, and there'll be lots of discussion. We'll talk about this quite a bit, probably in depth, on the podcast this morning. We'll switch now to South Korean elections, which probably would have been somewhere at least on the front page of a lot of newspapers, but got bumped off thanks to Comey. And so it was a big election for them, replacing their disgraced President Park Geun-hye with now President Moon Jae-in. In is a liberal, Park was a conservative, and so we're expecting to see some reversal of her stance and her predecessor's stance on North Korea, and how hardline stance that they had been taking. President Moon is a protege of the last liberal president of South Korea, who had a sunshine policy, had a very soft heart, and pretty much gave North Korea, much of what they wanted, requested. So this is in direct contrast to the way President Trump has been treating North Korea, and President Park has been treating North Korea. So we'll see whether or not there's an adjustment there, and we kind of revert back to the old way, or are we going to continue to take a hardline stance in this regard? And being married to a Korean, I think that you kind of need to take that hardline stance. Switching to a couple other things, Rosario Dawson, actress, 38th birthday today. There's apparently a video, and I don't know if it's legit, but it's a birthday video, or at least a video of Rosario Dawson in her birthday suit, I guess. And why you do things like this, I don't quite understand, except for the fact that it draws you enormous publicity, which is exactly what it's done for her. So I'm not quite sure what the net result is of that, but there were stories about how the whole thing just about broke the internet, as we say. So when something just gets outlandish coverage, and people do these things, you can kind of, quote, break the internet. The amount of the surge in traffic for things like that, it just goes through the roof. Finally, sports news. Manu of the San Antonio Spurs, 39 years old, blocks James Harden, the Rockets' shot last night at the buzzer to win the game. no one would ever see and think that at age 39, Manu Ginobili is going to be blocking a lot of shots, particularly in a critical game situation, but that's exactly what he did. So, cheers and congrats to him for doing that, particularly at age 39. He probably doesn't have a whole lot left to give at that age, and so could conceivably retire after the playoffs are done, once the Spurs reach their endpoint, whatever that endpoint may be. But now that'll be remembered as one of the great plays in playoff history. Harden only had 13 block shots out of that three-point range. Chances are, he could have won. He probably would have won that game if not for that block by Ginobili. So congratulations to Manu for his terrific effort last night. All right, that's it. I tried to keep it short. Hopefully I did. And can join us and see the Bias Buzz podcast. We'll have the full version up later, probably tomorrow. You can watch it here on YouTube. If you're more anxious, watch it live as it live streams on Facebook and on Twitter or Periscope as well. All right, have a great day. Stay safe. We will see you tomorrow.